Hello everyone, this is Commander Trium. We're back once again, hopefully with the final objective of promoting ourselves in the Federation ranking system to Captain, which is the one step before Admiral. We are at 92%, I believe. Yep.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much. You sound tired.
A little bit. I'm dealing with a screaming kid on my end.
Oh,
What's happening, Aaron?
You're a screaming kid?
Yeah, I got a screaming kid over here.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Well, that's still on the young side for a kid, but again, I'm 10 years older than you, so I don't know. Luckily, men can keep having children pretty much until they're almost in the grave, so I'm in no hurry.
Right. Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's your weapon loadout like on your Anaconda?
Ooh, that's a dangerous question. Let's just see here. Where's my weapon loadout? Fortunately, I'm in a space station right now. Going to outfitting and hardpoints. The following: a class 4A pulse laser, a 3C Guardian plasma charger, 3C shock cannon times 2, 2E shock cannon times 2, and 1F Guardian shard cannon times 2. There are 3 Guardian weapons and 4 human capital weapons. Class 3 and 2.
Gotcha. I'm not sure how accurate Coriolis is with the shock cannons, but did you notice on Coriolis at least,
yeah,
the damage output on the shock cannon, on the large and the medium shock cannon, are the same?
Well, that suits me, but according to this, the damage per second is different. So you get 148.7 per second damage out of the class 3, and only 89.6 out of the class 2. Damage output overall per hit on the class 3 is 14.9 units, and 9 units on the class 2. Distributor draws are different, thermal load is different, it's actually heavier in the class 3 by quite a margin. It's almost 3 times the heat load, the thermal load on the class 3 as opposed to the class 2. And you get armor piercing 40. So yeah, these things dole out quite a bit of harm. I mean, there's some armor piercing, and they both have a range of 3 kilometers. They have equivalent shot speeds, a rate of fire, ammo clip size, ammo maximum, so on and so forth. Although the integrity on the class 3 is 15 points higher. So the class 3 is better armored.
Yeah, I have a suspicion that Coriolis just doesn't know.
Well, I mean,
the distance. The distance is quite the change. No?
No, they're both 3 kilometers maximum range. Now, distance, I don't know what that is, but the range on both of them is 3 kilometers.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, according to Coriolis, because I don't know what unit of measurement. Oh, sustained damage per second. Versus hull is 37.64.
Maybe. The hull has armor. This damage per second is rated against armor. Well, I mean, it's just damage units, whatever the hell those are.
Right.
But they're modified by shield strength. If you have prismatic shields or not, your armor is modified basically by your, you know, do you have light meta alloys, light grade? Do you have light armor? Do you have what's the other kind? Military grade. If you have military armor, do you have mirrored armor, which is above military grade? So I mean, there's a bunch of different ones. But if you go above military grade, you're getting to some very heavy armor, and you become a tank, and you can't move very fast, and all the rest of it. So there's big minuses for maneuverability on the other armor types. But they will take a pounding.
What I was trying to do, and I thought would work, would be 148 beam laser efficient and 3 beam lasers efficient.
The problem with the beam lasers I found was that they're just not doing the kind of damage that I want to see in my targets. With the gimbaled shot cannons, I'm finding I'm ripping ships apart, like I'm thrashing them left, right, and center. And they don't last in combat very often. I mean, a laser will do some damage, it'll hurt shields a little bit, but for the most part you have to rip the shields down for the lasers to do anything to a ship. And even then, when you get the shields down, you're hitting them with lasers. They don't seem to do all that much in terms of damage. They do a lot of systems harm, but they don't necessarily rip down the armor coefficient fast enough.
Right. That's why I do a combo. And what I was trying to do those 3 beam lasers just to take down the shield, and then switch over to a large cannon, 2 medium shot cannons, and 2 one-size cannons.
Yeah, I find that the lasers work more against the ship's hull better without any shield protections. The shields are you take those down by using flat cannons or explosives. So the shot cannon is fairly efficient at ripping them to pieces. But either way, the shot cannon's good against everything. I mean, there's no real downside to them, so they rip apart shields and armor fairly quickly. I can kill with 1 volley. I can typically wipe out a Sidewinder, 1 shot. I can basically reduce a Cobra Mark III with 4 direct hits from my full weapons array in 1 shot as well. So 1 volley of my armaments will almost destroy a Cobra Mark III. A 2nd volley usually finishes them off. Anything above, like any craft above a Mark III in terms of performance rating is a different story. The The Empire has got some interesting shield configurations. The bi-weave shields, for example, are not as susceptible. Thargoids don't like shock cannons either. They will take damage, but I usually pull out the plasma cannon and let them have that when it comes time to fight Thargoids. But it's still not ideal. Like I'm flying a multi-role battleship, and it's designed to be an explorer trader with minimal reconfiguration, either an explorer or trader, and always has some sort of combat capacity, because even in exploration I'm finding that there are PvPers out there that just love to take pot shots, especially on the road to Colonia, and you don't want to end up finding yourself weaponless, as some people often fly weaponless, and then they go on their trek out across to Colonia. And if anything,
you know what would be really cool for winged exploration,
mm-hmm.
is some sort of tether that a distance exploration ship could just drag a friend in a combat ship.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
That'd be great, though, wouldn't it? Like I'd be like, take me to Colonia, yeah, then I could just go with you and be in a combat ship the whole time.
Like a tractor beam. One interesting configuration I found is myself and one other wingman in my preferred my closely knit wing group has the healing mod on one of his laser weapons. So he gets this laser and he mounts it on his ship somewhere. And then when it comes time for, like, if you're taking lots of damage, he'll take his ship, he'll shoot you, and instead of damaging you, it actually recharges your shields and your armor, basically reboosting you back up again. It won't fix systems damage, but it will make you, it'll basically repair damage to your defenses. And in this way, you can hang in combat a hell of a lot longer than you can just by yourself. And it's
I bet two people with healing lasers would just be a bitch to take down.
Oh, it's impossible. And he's actually backed up some of the leading ships in our wing, and they're basically invincible. Like there's nothing that really they've encountered yet that they haven't been able to deal with, including Thargoids. The real risk is if the Thargoids figure out that this guy is really the vulnerable point and start shooting at him, then you're in trouble, because they might not give up, and if they don't give up attacking the healing ship, then it can be destroyed, and at that point, of course, you can take the rest of the wing down. But you have to do it that way, or you're completely invincible, and it's kind of amusing. But against pirates and stuff, it's like there's no way for a wing of pirates to win. They aren't. The game AI just doesn't let them figure out what's really going on. And PvPers, they're not, usually they don't clue in, because they'd have to, monitor what's going on from a distance to notice that this guy is healing the craft and giving them their weapons and armaments back, and their shields and armaments back. And they usually don't figure it out, so they can take on any human or any NPC, except for the Thargoids. But anyway, I found that rather... I mean, it's amusing to bear witness to it if you ever see it done. But because it's just hopeless. They can take enormous amounts of damage, and they just go, as long as you got a ship that can take sustained volleys from people, then this guy turns around. His only real problem is sometimes, like, he's usually the only healer in a group, right? So if he's, like, backing up 3 other vessels, he might get taxed so much by these 3 vessels that he can't heal everyone fast enough. And that also is a risk. But other than that, it's pretty much, you know, game over for whoever is being attacked by the ring. So, anyway. Like, surprise.
Yeah, so what are you getting up to today?
We're going to become a captain in the Federation today, and then we are 1 step away from becoming admiral. And with gaining admiral rank in the Federation, we will be able to finally purchase our corvette, and then we will have a dedicated battleship, which I haven't made a priority up till now, but we're less than 5 weeks away from the Thargoids arriving in the solar system, which is a problem. So, well, I'd like to take a stab at getting things ready so that when that happens, I actually have a battleship that can take on the Thargoids. And I don't see that as being realistically, I'm going to need a corvette or something as tough as a corvette in order to do that. The other thing I might spend some money on is an Imperial Clipper, because they have some rather unique and oddball features that let them prove to be a pretty effective battle vessel as well. And they're medium size. But they may perform...
The only thing I've found those good for was speed.
What's that?
The only thing I really found them good for was speed. But that was before a lot of engineering. I bet you can get those biweaves down to a pretty small amount.
Maybe. I mean, I haven't made becoming a Baron. You have to become Baron ranked in order to get the Clipper, and I've only got Knight in the Empire, so I'm nowhere near I don't think I'm near enough to becoming a Baron that it's really going to become a priority for me to get the Clipper right away. But maybe in 2 months' time, like over the winter, I'll likely get it. I'll probably have to rejoin Aisling Duval's faction, because I would like to have the prismatic shield again on that ship. And I just left her faction to join Sirius Corporation, and that's Li Yong Rui's faction. And that's because
those pack hounds are nice.
I want the pack hound missiles next, so that's what I've dedicated myself to. And again, that's for being battle ready to deal with the Thargoids and any other threat that comes along, and just letting them have it. I don't know if the pack hounds will work against the Thargoids. My impression is they won't, but anyway, I'd still like to have them. I mean, the Corvette has so many weapons bays that it's like retarded. You can just have your ship bristling with weapons, and a few of those bays can be dedicated to being missile batteries.
Yeah, like I said, right now I'm just trying cannon and laser combos. Oh, what the hell? Oh, there's a chair all really close up next to me. Because on my PvP ship, I put 4 shell cannons.
Yeah.
And those are so overpowered that, well, you were on the phone with me that night when I got taken by that guy, and his plasmas were knocking me around, and that's not what it was. The cannon and the plasma accelerator are so closely matched in speed that he was hiding he was pretty much hiding a force shell cannon inside a plasma round. So every hit that I was taking was actually, I was taking more hits from the cannon than anything else. But every time I got hit, I got knocked back and I couldn't target him.
Yeah, there's a weapons mod that lets you knock the hell around out of people.
Yep, and that's what I put on my parental lance. Is that force shell and plasma combo, and
yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I took it up against my my captain, and he's probably the best damn pilot I've ever seen. And I lost, but I still stood toe to toe with him. It's the closest I've come.
Yeah, well, it's an annoying mod. I mean, it will you just knock the hell around other people, and they can't freaking aim at you properly. And quite often, you'll find that the PvPers, they just love their gimbaled weapons because they have that extra damage, right? So they think to themselves, but I mean, the turrets are auto-target, and when you're concentrating, especially in the heat of battle on things, I find it useful to have the turret weapons available. They are expensive usually, but without them, you're kind of screwed without at least some of them being turreted. You can have some that are gimbaled for damage, but
right. I've got a Challenger that runs dual chaff, and it just shuts those people down with that run all gimbaled.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it.
They can't hit you at all. Whoa, wait a minute. What the hell?
Her mission board, there we are. So, yeah, I'm giving myself report delivery missions to increase my rank quickly. And I'm taking on the odd special mission, the ones that they have double links to them. So you finish one mission, then it links into another one. And there's also the Van Manen Star Permit on the side, which I don't have for some reason, but I decided to try to get. And I'm very close to being able to do the permit acquisition mission for that permit. Now, some of these other systems are locked out in the outdots sector. I don't think they have permits available for those. I think you're just, richly screwed if you want to go out that way. The Gnosis, which has a jump distance of 150 light years, couldn't get anywhere near its jump target. So that was a goddamn mess out that way. Yeah, that was a pretty big mess. The faction got told, yeah, go ahead, jump out there, and then they got fucked around. And by the way, Canon hasn't really released any pertinent Aegis news lately. They moved their sensor array back into the solar system under the good graces of President Hudson, who is something of a moron, and a tyrannical moron at that. Anyway, he's not, he doesn't seem to have clued in yet that that's an incredibly strategically stupid thing to do unless you also park a bunch of Farragut-class battleships around the Aegis sensor base. Because the Thargoids are going to come there and they're going to try to blow it up. And anything else that comes into the solar system, so that's never a good thing. And after the Hydras, by the way, I'm convinced that they're gonna take their Thargoid bases. those things are going to turn into base ships, and they're going to come next after the Hydras are finished.
Yeah, I'd put money on it.
And then everyone's screwed, because I don't think there's going to be anything that can take those. The Hydras themselves, 1-for-1, are the toughest ship in the game. Singularly, they're tougher than the Farragut, possibly.
Oh, wait, say that again?
Well, on a 1-to-1 basis, I think the Thargoid Hydra class capital ship is actually tougher than the Federation Farragut battleship.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see some fights with Farraguts and with capital ships in them. Some Thargoid fights, and like you're working on them, and like a Farragut jumps in.
I don't know why they haven't done that yet. I really don't. I mean, they're clearly capable of doing it. I mean, so what? You just bring a Farragut into the battle, and then when it's taken on too much damage, you pull it out of battle. Do what it does whenever, you know, it's finished with battle with the... I mean, I'm not even sure how the hell the Thargoids managed to destroy one of the Farragut warships early in the invasion. Like, how would you even do that? The second that it's taken enough damage, it just leaves the scene of battle. Unless it has the ability to interrupt the drive, the frameshift drive, but I haven't seen it being able to do that unless it's the capital ships. The human capital ships all use a different drive system than the fighters, the fighter class vessels, Corvette and lower, Corvette and smaller rather, and they use the old frameshift cloud drive. So I honestly don't know. That was the drive system that you used in the predecessor game, Elite 2 Frontier. And in that one, everyone used the same drive, including the battleships, which didn't really move around all that much in that game, from what I remember. They were like big boxes. They didn't look anything like the Farragut class battleships do now. The Farragut is a far more sophisticated weapon by the looks of it.
Yeah, I never got a chance to play the old games.
You're too young.
Oh, yeah. By far.
Not by far. I mean, I was probably 17 years old, I think. 16 or 17 when I played it, so you'd be 6 or 7 years old at the time. You're definitely alive, but it's not the kind of game you would have really taken much interest in if you even had a computer at the time.
No, I didn't have a computer for a long time. Well, I had a computer, but it was a potato. My dad used to play a game called F-19 Stealth Fighter.
Oh, yeah?
And,
never heard of it, but it shouldn't be a huge surprise. Was it on the IBM?
It looked... Yeah, it was on IBM, and it looked a lot like the old Elite. And actually, it's not far off from what we do now.
Well, except that Elite 2 Frontier, they have the planets that are locked out, the ones that have atmospheres. You could actually land on them. They had cities on them before, which is why so many people are so frustrated with the Earth-type planets and the atmosphered planets in this game. That's why everyone's so frustrated. So it's like a downgrade, right? It's as if that, oh well, this new, improved, and modern game has fewer features than its like predecessor that worked fine on 16-bit, Amiga and IBM PCs, 386s and whatnot. But no, you can't have atmospheres around planets. It's ridiculous. Like, what are we waiting for? You should be able to have an atmosphere around a planet and still fly your ship through it. But they just don't let you. And I think it's because they want the features that an atmosphere gives to be a lot more upgraded than they were in that game. Obviously, they want, you know, phenomenon like wind. They want clouds. They want, you know.
I think we'll get it with the next DLC.
The next chapter, maybe. They haven't said no, but they haven't said yes either.
Well, just thinking about where they've got to go here. I mean, the Thargoid story's gotta wrap up at some point.
Oh, it's not wrapping up in the next year, I don't think. I'd be very surprised if it did. But regardless of whether or not it wraps up, that doesn't affect whether or not you have atmospheres around planets. It's not like you can't.
Right. So they'll get some more Thargoid things. We're getting fleet carriers.
Yeah.
Next chapter. They postponed them, but at least we get squadrons.
Well, they did say that the fleet carriers are a no-go for Chapter 4. But
right, which sucks really bad.
Squadrons are probably on, which is fine. They can add some more, you know, gaming features where player factions can have mega ships and whatnot. And player factions appear to be supported, but the requirements are very strict on them. Like, you need like 50 players or whatever to join your faction. And then you can have a mega ship and you can cause it to move around a little bit in game. But the fleet carriers are not on right away. They're still I don't know, I'd rather see atmospheres before fleet carriers, to be honest with you. I mean, fleet carriers are a neat idea, and there shouldn't be that much of a problem implementing them, in my view, as a programmer, but they are taking their sweet time with some of these things, and they claim it's because they want them to be 100% correct, but they never get it 100% correct, which implies that there's a degree of complexity that their team hasn't been able to completely master. I mean, it may be because it's too difficult. Maybe their team is... I mean, there's many different things that can affect the company. Everything from high turnover.
But I need those.
What's that?
Oh, I just traded some materials. I'm trading... I needed some G4 materials, and I had to trade from G5 down. Oh. And I'm really hoping I didn't need the ones that I just traded.
Gotcha.
I gotta remember where.
To take this report delivery. Aha! We will take this report delivery. I attacked a base yesterday. That was fun.
Oh, I took on a mission to take out a Goliath.
Yeah, there was 8 Goliaths in this mission last night, but they are not nice. But I decided, after losing like 4 SRVs, I decided, to hell with this, I'm just going to bring my ship down right close to the surface, bring my Anaconda right down near the surface, and just level the hell out of the base with my shock cannons. And that seemed to have a much more desirable impact, if you'll pardon the pun.
Hold on one sec, I gotta find this station.
How much?
30.
161 light seconds. Yes, we'll take that one. And then we want to take 4 of these missions. LHS 450. 57 light seconds. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's donate 200,000 credits to the cause. Yay! Oh, look, more planetary bomb jobs. Oh yeah, I launched one of my fighters at the base. That was funny. It started attacking the base and just like using its laser to attack all the turrets as it went through. There was like an array of like 30 turrets on that were guarding the base, all the aircraft turrets. And my fighter, well, it didn't destroy all of them before it was destroyed itself, but it certainly did provide a distraction.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing for this Goliath mission.
Yeah.
Is I grabbed two of my buddies, and it's probably the funnest way to do it ever. Me and two of my buddies went me and one of my friends went in SRV, and the other stayed in his ship and just kind of help us distract. I mean, this base had like eight turrets, had 5 ships, and so yeah, we went in there on our buggies while my buddy just kind of poked at the guys up top, and we managed to do the entire thing without getting any notoriety. We barely got fined.
Yeah, you won't get any notoriety for that. As long as you stay inside the trespass zone and don't keep going in and out again, you can keep your fines down as well. Because the more often you leave if you leave the trespass area and go back in, they just ding you another 400 credits fine. Which is annoying, to say the least.
That would be annoying. Yeah, the only reason that we were worried about notoriety is because we would have had to. There was 6 ships there each time I tried it, and I didn't want to take them out just to take out a Goliath.
Well, no.
So, but mobbing in there with a couple people in buggies was pretty fun.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. I had not Ozzy, I can't remember his name, Ozalu or something. I can't remember the guy's name ever for some reason. Anyway, I had one of my wingmen, again a regular, but he's less skilled. But I just told him, okay, come with me to this base and just shoot at all the turrets and any ships that in the one ship that was guarding was so strange. It just decided to up and take off. It didn't guard like it was clearly there as a police ship. But instead of guarding the base with a wing of 2, it decided, one of which was a well-armed anaconda, it just decided to leave. So as soon as battle started, it just like pointed upwards and engaged its thruster, and then it
took off.
Yeah, and then its FSD, and it just took off. And it didn't send help back. I figured, oh, for sure now we're gonna get like a bunch of police ships arriving. Nope. It just leaves. It doesn't tell anyone. Yeah, you're on your own. Bye. Tough luck.
That's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, it was unfortunate to be them. Although it took quite a while to kill them because, like I said, their Goliaths were extremely numerous, extremely effective. And you had to stay in your ship. So it was 2 ships that were basically bombarding the base from the sky, taking out lasers and Goliaths occasionally. The Goliaths popped in and out of the sensor scope, though. That was the weird thing. Like, the Goliath would appear on sensors you'd be able to lock on for about 5 seconds, and then suddenly you couldn't lock on them. They would disappear off the sensors. And I nearly collided with a fucking Type 10 on my way out of the base. I still think that door is too small.
I agree.
I mean, I guess it has to be of limited size because, let's face it, it's got a force field.
I think they should be able to. I think they should have put all the landing pads on the outside. That would have solved some issues.
Well, they do on
Like
ships.
mega ships.
Exactly. But what they're trying to achieve with the Coriolis space station is having nice gravity on the inside that doesn't gobble up crap loads of energy. I don't know what kind of energy is involved in, or if there's a formula that effectively converts gravity to force and thus energy. I guess there must be in physics, but. But even if there is a formula, we don't actually have technology that does that, so...
Alright, I need more selenium and cadmium.
Ooh, I don't need those.
Selenium is the bane of my existence, man.
Why? What do you buy with it? Or what do you get with it?
Usually weapon upgrades. Where is it?
Scanning, scanning.
Oh, and I've only got one thing. Oh, this ain't good.
Very spacious.
I've only got one material I can even. Oh, yeah, I've only got one material I can even trade up for. Let's burn out all my sulfur. Oh, not that much.
The world called gold. It's a gold colony. Would you like a gold colony? A colony of gold?
Yeah, I've got all the cadmium I need, but the only thing I can get one more selenium, and I think I need like 5. This is gonna make me mad.
So which state are you in? You're in Nevada or New Mexico?
Nevada.
Nevada, okay.
Let's see what I can do with this. God damn it.
I always kind of wondered what it would be like to live in a state like Nevada. Imagine it's hot and dusty.
It is. That's exactly how it is here.
That's how it's advertised as being anyway. My city is pretty much like you'd imagine. During the summer months, it's kind of lush and warm, but during the winter, it is frigidly cold, and you can go snowboarding though. That's fun. You get very sore doing it, but it's quite a bit of fun once you're back in practice. I remember the first time from the prairie, so the first time I went snowboarding, I mean, you're talking about a Winnipegger who's like picking up snowboarding for the first time. There's no mountains in Manitoba, so thus no snowboarding. But I got so sore after, like I went I took a snowboarding course and I went 10 times, and after every bloody time I went, I was so brutally sore. But I got pretty good at it. Surprisingly.
Oh, why am I... Yes. Let's see.
Haha! And now, we'll clear off our criminal record by bribing the authorities.
Oh, that's wonderful.
About bribing the
That
authorities?
is wonderful.
I don't think you're allowed to bribe the authorities in the United States. They get pissed off after a while if you do that. Of course, it depends how much money you offer.
Well, I just spent a bunch of materials modifying the wrong weapons.
Oh no.
I'm trying to get 2 beam lasers up to G5.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, I have 2 G5 beam lasers sitting on a clipper I never use. So, that was a waste. Alright, well, at least I solved it.
Good.
I have to leave for the night. Well, for a couple hours. I'm headed to dinner.
Oh, okay.
So,
Nice talking to you
I'll
again.
probably see you when I get back.
Yeah, I might have a joint mission that I'll want to do tonight. I don't know if you'll be up and around to do such things as joint missions, but if I do, I might try hailing you.
Alright, then.
Okay, take care.
Later.
Have a good night. Bye-bye. One moment.
In order to keep the traffic flowing smoothly, please follow standard operating procedures and request docking permission before entering the starport. This is a message to all commanders. Please reduce your speed when maneuvering your full force.
access corridor is designated a no-stop zone. Blockages will be used lethal force.
Solid contact, securing ship. You're all checked in, Commander. Enjoy your visit.
Loitering is a crime punishable by death. Make sure you have authorization before you enter the docking bay. Fly smart. Fly safe. Reduce your speed inside the docking bay. This station operates a zero-tolerance policy towards criminal infractions. Obey station law.
Pilots.
That's Federal Navy headquarters. You smoking crack? Why in God's name would you put an Earth-like world out here?
Traffic in the access corridor. Observe and
Okay, well, at any rate, we're going to get our promotion. Navy Central. And the gas giant between. Between what and what?
Mind your speed and your surroundings. Avoid collisions at all costs. This station operates a zero-tolerance policy towards criminal infractions. Obey station law.
Okay, we just gotta check a couple of things out, then we'll leave.
Be aware of oncoming traffic in the access corridor. Observe minimum clearance distance. Loitering is a crime punishable by death. Make sure you have authorization before you enter the docking bay. Avoid unnecessary destruction. Do not block the access corridor.
Actually, Sol is the fourth most populated world in the Federation, according to this. Let's see here, Congress.
Fly responses. Ensure you complete docking procedures within your allotted time window. Fly smart. Fly safe. Reduce your speed inside the docking bay. For your convenience and safety, classification emplacements are active and tracking at this station.
That sucks. There was one rank below where I thought I was. So we've got to move on. We're currently at Post Commander rank 10. We have to finish this rank, and then we're a Captain, rank 11. And then we can move on to rank 12, which is Rear Admiral, and that's where we get the Federal.
Blocking bay access is a crime. Don't risk annihilation. Make way for other vessels. Crash is cost. Kill your speed, not your credit value. Have you checked your bay number? Check again. Unauthorized landing may trigger a lethal response. Fly smart. Fly safe. Reduce your speed inside the docking bay. Loitering is a crime punishable by death. Make sure you have authorization before you enter the docking bay.
Okay, looks like that's going to be it for now.
Pilots, do not block the access corridor at any time.
We did gain a rank, at least. That was one of the objectives we had to finish here. We could head over to get our permit and finish that off at Van Manen's world, or the Van Manen system. We'll likely do that next time, but for now we're going to log off and we'll be back tomorrow. So this is Morg's Mortuary in the Eta Cassiopeia system, the Federal Naval Headquarters, the Federation's Naval Headquarters facility. We're in orbit of the main planet that houses Federal Navy, Federation Navy HQ. It is 2:46, 19 Zulu on 26 September, 3304. I'm Commander Trium. Don't forget you can click I like or I subscribe as suits your preference in the YouTube interface where you watch this video. Clicking the video properties will give you access to the Wing site, which you'll have to apply to log into, and of course other publicly available information, including Commander Trium's blog and Twitter site, where these videos are chronicled. They'll provide links to everything in the video flight log here at YouTube, where you've got tonight's video. If you're watching Google Chrome under Windows 10, there is a bell icon to the right of the subscribe button in the YouTube interface, which will give you access, of course, to the mini dialogue feature of Google Chrome. You'll be advised under Windows 10 of whenever there is new information, new videos posted to the YouTube site. Be they of a previously recorded nature or a live feed for a current session. I'm your host, Commander Trium, telling you once again, advising you once again to fly safe. Have a good evening to all. Good night, Commanders. This is Commander Trium signing out.